all of this could have been a little different because there were probably some people think you're 5'2", and as you were
And
growing
3/4.
up, and how many quarters?
3.
3/4. Sorry,
Yeah.
almost
Yeah.
5'3". Sorry.
Almost. Yeah.
So as you're growing up, did you ever have people say, well, you're a good little player, but you're kind of small for soccer? How did you deal with those kinds of comments?
Pretty much as I recall, nobody really ever thought that I would become the player or do the things that I have done in my career. But that's okay because those people's opinions didn't really matter to me. The people's opinions that did matter were my coaches that I really trusted and my parents that I really trusted and myself. And so all of the people that I really trusted and loved, and they loved me, believed that whatever that I wanted to do, I could do. And I think that is that is such a strong statement, especially when the people that you love and trust so much are one, honest with you, but they also have that belief that you will pursue this opportunity to its very furthest, down the very furthest path. And maybe I wouldn't have made it, but I think they had the belief that nothing was going to hold me back, not my height, not anybody else. The only thing that would hold me back was my own effort and my own belief and my own competitive fire.
Yeah, that's a great piece of advice, because there are a lot of kids who think they're too small, or they have people telling them that stuff. You're living proof that you can do great things. I mean, think about all of the things you've been able to accomplish. I want to ask you though about, a lot of kids feel a lot of pressure, or they have a lot of stress before they go into playing. And how do you deal with stress? How do you personally deal with stress?
Yeah, I mean, looking back, I just think that I had so much fun and I did so many different sports that losing one game, I would get really angry, of course, but it didn't matter in the long haul. For me now, I think it's a little bit different because it's my job. And so for my job, it comes with a bit more expectations and the realities of just living and providing for myself. So what I do, but I understand that for everybody, rec level might be the absolute highest level that somebody can achieve. And that's okay. That's totally fine. And you might feel stress in that because that's the highest level for you. And so when you're going out to prepare, you might feel that anxiety of being like, well, this is my Sunday and I want my Sunday to be the best. And that comes with anxiety and stress and fear and worries. And for me, I think that sometimes, like every human, I let those get to me. But recently, I've really started practicing a lot of meditation. And I have started focusing on the present and trying to be a mind of no mind, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And as I've really started looking into more about meditation and what it does, I found that it's not about not being there, it's about being present. And when you are only focusing on what you're doing, it doesn't allow those worries or fears or anxieties to creep in, because that's you thinking about something that hasn't happened yet, or something that already happened 10 minutes ago or 5 months ago or whatever else. That you those are things you can't control at all. So if you're focusing on your present and focusing on being in this space and allowing yourself to be totally consumed by what you're doing, you don't allow those fears and anxieties in. And so I know that's not for everybody, but it certainly has been incredibly helpful for me. I've noticed that the amount of fear and worries and anxieties that I have has plummeted.
What would you give as a piece of advice to Megan, the middle school, high school kid? If you could go back and say, Megan, let me just tell you how life's going to be and how this journey is going to be, what would you tell her?
Shoot. if there's one thing that I have learned over the course of my career, it's that not everybody is going to be professional athletes, but certainly that doesn't mean everybody should find what their passion is and pursue it to the end of that road. Because not many people in life are able to achieve their personal best. And there is so much greatness in pushing yourself to your absolute max. Whether that is juggling 5 times with your left foot or playing in a World Cup final, it doesn't matter. Whether that is, painting the Mona Lisa or, just doing watercolors with Bob Ross. It seriously does not matter as long as you find the end of the road, because there are not many people that will pursue all the way to that end because it scares them. And if you can find the end of that road, can achieve your personal best, then you should be incredibly proud of yourself.